Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Olympic committee that was watching our last episode, anyone at home that enjoys just a feel-good story, welcome to episode 17 of the Scramble podcast. I am joined by two out of the three of the Musketeers that usually join me here. We have Justin and Cam. Cam, say hi to the fans.
Virtual, but we out here.
That's right. You can tell Cam's battling through some adversity.
Yeah.
Which we appreciate.
People are comparing this to the Jordan playoff game, but I'm not the one saying that.
No. I actually saw it on Twitter. People were tweeting like, I can't believe the Scramble's recording and Cam's still doing it. Like, what is he, crazy? And yes, he is, because he just loves our podcast so much.
No, you just committed.
Sadly, Tim is under the weather. I think he stubbed his toe and he can't come. So you're just going to get the three of us today. And we're excited to bring you episode 17. We have our good pal Morgan Elgoff coming on the show. He is a qualifying player on the Corn Ferry Q School Tour. He's going to give us a little insight about this charity he just started, his journey on social media, things like that. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, at @thescramble_pod and at @thescramblepod. And then go follow Morgan as well. We'll be tagging him on all our stuff. But Cam, how are you besides the obvious?
I'm doing all right. I'm excited to record. It's kind of exciting to do it from home. It's nice having no commute to Braintree.
I know.
Enjoyed that.
It was like we got to get it. Maybe we'll do a fully remote one. We'll all take a microphone home or something. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm missing here. There's like a lapse in the time, but that's okay. But before we get to talking to Morgan, we got some stuff we got to talk about on this week's episode. We got to break down Xander Schauffele's gold medal victory in the rest of the Olympic golf tournament. Then we're going to switch gears. We're going to get right into the ladies' women's Olympics. And we got some general golf stuff. The new PGA season was schedule was released, and then we're going to talk to Morgan, and then we're going to get into this week's tournament, TPC Southwind, the WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational Tournament qualifier. I don't know, any other word you want to throw into that title, because it is just ridiculous.
I thought it was like St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Like they couldn't have put more names on this thing. This can't fit on the trophy. What are they gonna?
What is the name of it? Say it again.
The WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational,
which stands for World Golf Classic. So it's the World Golf Classic FedEx St. Jude Invitational.
Now, the reason is why I'm confused is because I know I'm not a golf expert, but aren't those like three individual tournament names mashed into like one?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so they took three tournament names and combined them and made it one tournament.
Yeah, Classic and Invitational. But they realized this is only the third year, and they're getting rid of it next year, so they realized they made a mistake.
Yeah. We'll get right into it, you guys. Surf and Turf Golf Course to Coast recap presented by Surf and Turf Golf. Go to surfandturfgolf.com to get all of the latest gear. Their stuff's awesome. We talk about them every week. But Xander Schauffele for the US of A, baby. He wins the Olympic men's golf gold medal at 3:30 in the morning on Sunday on the East Coast by one stroke over Rory Sabatini. And yes, you heard that right. Rory Sabatini won the silver medal. The American wins gold with a Sunday 68 to finish it. Minus 18 under at Cam Kasumigaseki.
That's my place. You nailed it.
Narrowly avoiding a playoff. I mean, we'll just talk about the 18th hole before we kind of recap the whole thing. Off the tee, he hits a wayward right tee shot into some trees, and I went, Jesus fucking Christ. Rory Sabatini's going to get a playoff with Xander Schauffele to win a gold medal? This guy has been relevant for years.
Is this an Italian?
No, he's South African, but this week.
Oh, all right.
Because of his wife?
It's just like Cam Champ from last week. I thought it was going to be the same thing. Just two choke artists on the 72nd hole.
Dude, he hits the ball on 18. He punches out because he has no shot. Instead of like Spieth would like try to go through all the trees. He hits it from the fairway to 3 feet for the absolute massive ball bag stones shot I've seen in a long time. And then nails the par putt to win.
I mean,
I was very impressed. I really didn't think he was going to stick it that close.
There were many saying, in fact, some on this podcast, does Xander have the stones?
Yeah, well, I was questioning it big time. He proved it.
Yep.
He proved
I
it.
think that although he didn't win a purse for a regular tournament, he's still, I'd say, maybe arguably cooler. Like, a gold medal representing your country.
Where do you think this ranks in terms of like, I guess maybe like the stress or like nervousness that golfers have, like the prestige? Like, would they be more likely to be nervous in like the Olympic stage or like the Masters?
Masters 1,000%.
I was gonna say majors definitely, but it's hard, Cam, to put it's hard to sort of put even a gauge on it because it's still only like the second one in recent memory,
Yeah, like even like what Rory was saying after it, like he said he made uneducated, like uninformed comments because no one really knows that the Olympics hasn't been a golf thing.
Yeah,
for like 100 years, so they don't even know how to really look at it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like even Rory Sabatini goes out on the earlier groups on Sunday and shoots a 61 to put the pressure on, and we were like, what? I mean, he's not contending in the PGA Tour. Like, this is very different. But Xander nearly has a perfect front nine, and then the train sort of came off the tracks on the back, and I said, Jesus, I can't have this no-name win. And I knew there were 18, which we're going to do, but there was like 12 guys realistically that had a shot, like that were right there.
Yeah, it was good.
And I actually stayed up all night and watched it because I'm a psychopath.
Yeah, you guys were going off in that group chat all night. I was long asleep, and I actually regret not staying up. But yeah, you guys, impressive.
Justin, I didn't even notice you tap out.
I didn't even notice myself tap out. It happens mentally and physically.
I even believe I had a few Coors Lights. I'll say it, and I FaceTimed Justin at some point. I don't know what time in the morning that was.
Briefly remember that. I think I was on my way out.
I honestly don't know. Yeah. It was a good time. I wanted to watch it live like one time. I couldn't stay up all week because we're here on the East Coast. It starts at 6:30 at night and ends at 3:30 in the morning. So, the only time to do that was going to be a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His tee shot on 14 basically goes out of bounds, but it didn't. He thins a long iron like we would. We get really excited to hit like a 5 iron, and he just pussies it. Then he ends up with a bogey somehow on that like 600-yard par 5. I was like, that's pretty impressive. Xander's dad, sorry. He says, quote, "It was probably more pressure in this event than any other one, honestly. I really wanted to win gold for my dad. I'm sure he's crying somewhere right now. I wanted to win this one more than anyone." And that's because his dad was going to be an Olympian. Or was he already an Olympian?
No.
So he was going to. Was he? He was a decathlete, I think. And then he was hit by a drunk driver and lost vision in one of his eyes. So really sad story. But Xander's sort of motivation, which we definitely should have taken into account more, I think, last week.
Yeah, we just did the whole Japanese thing. We didn't factor in the part.
So he's. I mean, it's still one of the biggest wins of his career. He has 4 of his 5 wins. But Cam, they come in tournaments that have no cut. So he's won 4 tournaments with no cut.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I think it's awfully convenient that this is like the one he wanted to win more than anything else. Like, what about a major, bud? Come on, you're a professional golfer. The 60 guys in the Olympics go out and win a major with a 156 person field.
Yeah.
Would you?
So far, it's been less than 70 every time he's won.
Yep.
So something to think about. But that's the first time he's ever had a 54-hole lead and converted, which was a theme that we talked about every week as sort of being like the guy in second or third keeps winning, and he was the first one.
Isn't it kind of like an extra flex for the United States? Because, I think we can all agree. I mean, I don't know, but from what you guys have said, that the 3 golfers we sent there, are not the 3 best in, would you argue that, the 3 best United States golfers? Would you argue it's more of the B squad than the team we could send out there?
Oh, that's a good question. Cam, what do you think?
I don't know.
I'd say if you're going off form right now, no. But it is still the best team in the world.
Do you think they're the 3 best? Do you think they're the 3 best American golfers that could have gone and represented us?
No, I don't think so.
No.
So that's my question, right? So I'm saying we essentially didn't send our best golfers and we won gold. So
but also there were people competing in this that are ranked 350th.
Yeah, there was no.
They have no right to even be playing in this tournament.
Who would you have put as the U.S. hottest 4 golfers right now to go?
if you put a gun in my head and said pick 4,
Like that were the best.
Spieth,
Yep.
Brooks.
Yep.
I probably would have picked Xander.
Yep. Me too. And there's one more obvious one.
I want to say DJ, but I don't know.
Colin.
Who's your obvious?
Colin.
Who?
Morikawa.
Oh my God, Colin Morikawa. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That was so
I
stupid.
100% agree with you. That would have been my 4, like, right now, best U.S. golfers, but the world golf ranking matters a lot, apparently, in the Olympics.
If you told Brooks Koepka that he could win a gold medal for his country, he would win without any problem.
Yeah. I mean, he passed it up.
John Rahm wasn't in it. John Rahm wasn't in it. Like, that completely, like, I think he would have just eviscerated that course.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
he would have gone less than 20, sub 20.
Would have been close. I mean, but for those of us that stayed up and watched it, I think it was awesome. Go USA, baby. But Rory Sabatini had the most, let's say, premature fist pump on 18 I've seen in a very long time. He hits I think he birdied 18 to get within 1, and he just sold out, basically hockey sellied, like, through the fist, and he was losing. He wasn't in the lead. And then, like, I just thought it was like karma that he didn't get a playoff because he celebrated that hard. The last note on him, he's representing Slovakia because he has dual citizenship from his wife is from there, and he's typically South African, but he wouldn't have made it if he was South African.
Yeah, I have a lot of problems with his end-around route of getting to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like, this is just, if I was somebody that would never be allowed to play in the Olympics, but I was like kind of almost there, I would just marry somebody from a different obscure country.
That's it. That's all you have to do.
And just say, hey, I am now from Trinidad and Tobago and I want to compete in the Olympic golf tournament. This is my wife, Marcella.
That I definitely met a long time ago and didn't marry to get in the Olympics.
And we have lived in that country for 3 years. So I am now qualified to represent you.
But he's supposedly...
Here's the first thing about Slovakia.
No. He's essentially American at this point. He's lived in the U.S. since the 90s.
Yeah.
But apparently he's a dick. And I'm not making that up. Apparently that's the rumor.
Like from other PGA Tour players.
Yeah, the players don't like him. So I think it would have been worse if he won. Anyways, CT Pan representing, and we were wrong about this last week, Cam. We said Taiwan. It's Chinese Taipei.
Okay, that's easily
They're right.
misconstrued.
They're close. He wins the 7-man playoff. So, Justin, there were 7 guys in a playoff. I mean, I think that was one of the texts I had in the group. I was like, Jesus Christ, you guys are asleep, and there's 2 groups going off in a playoff.
I actually specifically remember that being one of the texts that made me like feel FOMO that I fell asleep.
It was wild. There was legit, and then once 2 guys bowed out, instead of making it 3 and 2, they did 5.
Wait, who are the 2 that bowed out again?
Hideki on the first hole.
Wait, what do you mean bowed out?
Like they didn't par the first playoff hole, so then they were out. So then it went down to 5. I think it was Hideki and might have been Mito.
Mito, I think
maybe.
it was Mito.
And then there's 10 people standing on a tee box. It was fucking sick. It was so many. But he wins it for Chinese Taipei, the bronze medal. He beats Morikawa, Rory, Hideki, and Paul Casey, all big names. After shooting a 74 in the opening round, he was 3rd to last. And then he shot 66, 66, 63. So I'd say that's a cool story. And he's a PGA regular. I'm not mad about it.
No, I'm not mad about it. And did you know that he made 5 times the amount of money that Xander Schauffele did?
What? No.
Chinese Taipei pays out their athletes way more than America. Like
what?
He got
what?
Xander Schauffele got like 30,000 for winning that gold.
Yeah.
He got 150,000 for his 3rd place.
Jesus, which is more than he makes week to week on tour.
Oh yeah, he made out.
That's awesome, actually. Congrats.
Yeah, it's also crazy that Xander gets just 30 grand. That's it.
And all of them. I mean, think about although the U.S. is dishing out a lot of money.
That's true. There's not a lot of medals going to Chinese Taipei. Okay.
I think that's their only medal so far.
Yeah. We get that. Who's our great swimmer now? He's got like 5 golds.
Katie Ledecky? Or
the guy.
Oh, God. What's his name?
He's going to be every woman's favorite swimmer ever.
I forget his name. Wow. I should know that. I keep watching the swimming. Japan's golden boy, Hideki Matsuyama, starts slow, gets in the bronze playoff. But I just wanted to comment on him, Cam, because I couldn't imagine the pressure he was feeling.
No.
Imagine if there were fans.
Oh, he would have been freaking out. Dude, the first 3 holes, didn't he start like par, birdie, birdie?
Yeah.
And both birdie putts, he walked home.
Yeah.
Like he hit it and then just followed the ball directly in the hole, picked it up.
Wednesday night.
Wow.
I'm watching going, Hideki's going to win this at 22 under, and he's going to be Japan's hero, and he's going to be the biggest golfer on the planet.
I thought the same thing. I've never seen somebody walk a putt in so fast on the first hole or the second hole.
He beat Kevin Na to the hole. Like,
Kevin Na. Did he play?
No, because he's American. He didn't make it. But yeah, just the last comment on that. Like, if there was a crowd, I mean, and also especially because Hideki hadn't played in a month because of COVID. So give him credit there. He played pretty well. But if there was a crowd and like he had all that pressure, I think he would have folded. I mean, the other guy did fold. He was not very good. That they had to pair him up with.
Oh yeah,
the other Japanese guy was not good. But he's an Asian tour player and he's like middle of the road.
They're like plus 300 world ranking.
Yeah, something like that. Our guy Rory though loses the 7-man playoff, but sort of I have his comment here, and the one thing I will say is that I kind of like salt and pepper hair, no hat Rory.
It was like very glaring. Like right when you first saw it, you're like, wow, that looks very weird.
Because I feel like we grew up when Rory was also growing up on tour. Like he's obviously older than us, so I remember him as this young guy. When he got jacked up and he like came out, and now to see him with like half gray hair almost. Like, are we old?
You're like, whoa.
Yeah, we're old.
Yeah. And he says the only reason he didn't wear it is because the Irish hats that they gave him were so big, and he has a tiny head. He said he has a tiny melon.
I didn't buy that.
Do you think it was another reason? I mean, the hats were nice. I bet they were just...
I think that was his UK supporters saying, like, watch yourself.
Oh.
All the extra gear.
It was the Shelby family was looking on.
He was having a great hair day. I don't know.
So he was very skeptical of the Olympics before. Cam noted that. He says, I needed to give things a chance. He's speaking about his own skepticism. He goes, I was speaking to my wife last night and saying, maybe I shouldn't be so skeptical, but I think I need to do a better job of just giving things a chance, experiencing things, not writing them off. That's sort of a trait of mine, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. I was proven wrong at the Ryder Cup, and I was been proven wrong this week, and I'm happy to say that. So you know what? Good guy.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I'm liking where Rory's at right now.
Yep. And second to last thing we'll mention before we get into JT is Sungjae Im and Siwoo Kim do have to do their military service.
Sungjae has one more chance.
Because he's that young?
Siwoo Kim
is done.
He's done for. He's fully a military boy now.
Wait, Siwoo Kim has to go to the military?
So the Koreans... if you don't win a gold medal, or like for the soccer players, if you don't win like a Champions League, like if you're not the best at your thing, you have to serve. I think it's 2 years?
Yep.
Does South Korea have a mandatory military?
Yeah,
for everyone.
Yep.
For everyone?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So unless they won the gold medal, that's why Tim was saying that last week. He's like, I think I like Siwoo and I like Sungjae because if they win, they get exempt. And I'm like, I don't know. They're not going to do anything for 2 years, and also it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
dude. Wow. Sungjae, that would be his worst nightmare. He's like a little chubby, like he looks like very like jolly and happy. Like I could not see him in a military.
They're going to stick him on a desk.
I don't know. I don't know. I would stick him in the front lines and say
hit golf balls across the line. Yeah. Hit some low drivers. JT shoots a legit par on the first day with 18 pars, which I think is so impressive. He didn't bogey and he didn't birdie all day. He parred every single hole.
I'm out on JT.
Yeah, I am out on him too. Not right now. He's not it right now.
No.
He shoots legit par on the first day, and he says, quote, "It's so different. It was cooler than I thought it was. I'm more proud of being here than I thought I would be. I thought I would be proud, but the first day or two, I immediately found out that this is like the coolest thing that I have ever been a part of." And aside from the obvious time change, and it was sort of hard to watch, I mean, just any general comments on the tournament. What do you guys think?
I liked it. I thought it was good. I would like to see it be a bigger field or have like. I like the old style that I talked about last week. Obviously, that's like way too much.
Like match play.
Yeah, I like having a bit of match play. It makes it seem more like Olympic-y.
Yeah.
Like you got to beat the next guy.
And
I don't know. But overall, I thought it was really good. I liked how everyone changed their tune.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally everybody. Not one person bashed it.
I wish they made it harder.
Yeah.
Like the greens were.
Course,
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
the course seemed easy as shit.
The greens were legit pillows.
They were like funnels. Like everything went right towards the hole. They were just straight in 20-foot putts.
Yeah, guys weren't missing. I think the strokes gained approach numbers were as high as they've been all year if you compared it to a PGA tournament.
But also kudos to the Olympics for taking stats.
Yeah.
Can't even get them for the Open, but you can do it at the Olympics. So I'll give him that prop.
Come on, British Open people.
So wait, you might have mentioned it last week, Cam, but how many holes did you have to play to win versus before? It was like 172 in the past, right? Something
198.
Like 198 in the past.
And that's just a week of that's every day. Right. So much golf.
And then what was
and
it?
This week was 72.
Wow.
But it's 72 like normal.
Oh no, that's still a ton of golf. It's just crazy comparative. Like,
oh yeah, you're playing 2.5 tournaments. So let's get into how we did this week. I went 9-9-1. Oh, so I should say normally we would comment on our jacket picks, but amongst the hype for the Olympics last week, we just didn't do that segment. And I was reminded by a few listeners. They said, "Hey, you guys didn't have jacket picks." I was like, "Well, I put them on the card, so one of them would have been." Mine wouldn't have hit, but it doesn't count because we didn't get it out. And I went 9-9-1 for 5 units. I was legit like 2 shots away from hitting 2 more top 10s, which would have been big money because they were like plus 200 and plus 190. And then thanks for the 1-shot win margin again.
Go ahead. Come on.
Okay. Justin, do you want to preface this?
What, the 1-shot win margin?
No, the Cam's week.
Oh, let's just say there's an item in the mail on the way, especially for Cam. Cam got a prize for this week.
So Cam only had bets that were to win the gold medal or 2 medal, which is effectively top 3. You only had top 3s, and unfortunately, what?
I didn't hit a single one of them. But okay.
Well, I knew this was coming. I knew it. And I love it.
It's my turn.
Okay.
Now it's my turn.
You have the floor.
Okay. Did I lose units on the week for the show? Technically, yes. But if you are a loyal listener to this program, I said, and you all gave me looks, do not follow me this week. To every listener. So this was a true test for the listeners. I said, do not follow me this week. I'm going rogue. It's not going to be pretty. And I was right. And I had the wherewithal to listen to my 2 amazing co-hosts and just smash Xander Schauffele outright. So me personally, I ended up $850. Had a fantastic week for myself. And then to double back onto what you said, you were going to put the jacket picks on the card and my jacket pick hit. So if it was on the card, I wouldn't have had a goose egg. Just another point. So it was clearly sabotage on Andy's part.
The defense rests his case.
Okay. I
rest my case. Bird law.
You want to go toe-to-toe in bird law? Okay. No, we'll give it to you. You did literally say, like, guys, this is either going to be awesome or terrible. And imagine, though, if you hit even just 2 of those, you would have made money.
I would have made a ton of money.
Yeah. I think if you hit one if you hit any one except for your Abe answer to Metal Bet, you would have made your money up. But if you hit 2, you would have like doubled your units there.
I was so excited for Guido, and he had such a shitty Sunday.
I know.
That ruined everything for me.
He started hot too.
I will graciously accept the goose egg.
So I will
look back at it with fond memories of the $850 that was added to my Venmo account.
We will be
every time I see that goose egg.
So we will be making the goose egg like a Stanley Cup of goose egg
It's the
weeks.
golden goose.
The golden goose.
What's the golden goose? What's the golden goose? What is that from?
I think it's from a child's novel.
Like Rumpelstiltskin or something?
Oh,
Something,
yeah.
Yeah, the golden goose, something like that.
Yeah.
I think he lays
that
golden
is-
eggs.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a golden egg.
Right.
That's
Well,
a golden. It's a $1,000 goose egg right there.
right. Well, in reality, between shipping, it costs me about $10 every time someone gets a goose egg. So let's, for the sake of the show, the company, no goose eggs. We're rooting against the goose eggs.
No, but are we going to keep the same one and write the week and who had it?
No. I'm getting each person an individual goose egg.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, we're getting them the goose egg. Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm just asking. Hey,
Please,
$10,
yeah, just please
$10 is $10. Hey, don't get a goose egg.
So Cam, next week we'll have you take a picture with it and we'll put that on social media.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm
that's
proud about it.
And that is it.
I think it's like hollowed out and.
Because I was texting our buddies from home, and our good friend Brian said it's almost more impressive that he didn't win one of those.
But you don't
really not though.
That's what I said. I had to follow that up with, well, he only took top threes, so that's like the hardest bet to hit.
Yeah. I took you either win the gold medal or you get into the top 3 with supposedly the best players, which they weren't.
You should have just done one bet on the card that would have that was like an actual big time lock, like a huge favorite, like a I don't know, like a Xander top 20, and that would have just made up all the units. Yeah. So it was like,
Next
if I lose
week,
all of them.
When we take a picture of me with the egg, I'm also going to screenshot me and Tim's text messages because I said in our text messages to him, I hate this week. I have no good feeling about this week. I think I'm just going to do Guido outright, and that's going to be my whole card. Which would have lost, but at the same time, it's just further doubling down on I knew I was going to suck.
That's okay. And we love you for it because you're an honest guy. You're a man of your word. And I think that'll wrap. Tim also went positive. What was he up? Like 6 or 7 units, I think.
I don't know. Whatever he did, he's lost it all in the medicine he's taking right now.
Yeah. Tim, well, I hope, unless he's faking it and he's like in Cabo or something. So that'll do it for how we did this week and the Olympics. Any closing remarks, Cam, before we take it over to Morgan?
No, I'm ready to get to the other version of the Olympics, I think. Oh, no. Morgan.
We're going to shift over to our interview with Morgan Egloff of Rollins College in Florida in the Sunshine State Conference, which all those schools aren't too shabby. Just little, like, coastal, like, sick colleges. Like, that's all green and outside all year.
Is that where Florida Gulf Coast is? Are they?
I don't know if they're in that. We can ask them. So yeah, we will kick it over to current Q School qualifier Morgan Elgoff from Rollins College. Hope you guys enjoy. Fellas, we got another big time guest coming on this week. He's a guy that I have admired from afar, not in a creepy way. Don't be nasty. I saw him on TikTok. I saw him on Instagram, and I said, you know what? I said, Cam and Tim, I found this gem that we're going to get ahead of. And I said, we're going to get him on the show because when he's hitting darts on our TV on a Sunday, we're going to say, hey, do you remember in 2021 when we had him on the podcast? Ladies and gentlemen, Morgan Elgoff from Rollins College. Buddy, talk to me. How you doing?
Doing well, man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for having me on. This is cool. Appreciate it.
We're excited to learn from you.
I know. This is we're just a couple of guys that hack it around the course, and you're a guy that can plot his way around it. So first of all, I'm going to start this off with, you're from Maryland. You went to Landon School in Maryland, and I heard a great story, Morgan, about how you hit a tree senior year in the state tournament, and it's somehow you must have had a fan in the woods throw the ball back onto the fairway, and then you eventually won. You have to tell me that story.
It was a shotgun start that year. So I finished on 17 at Columbia Country Club. Awesome course in Maryland. We had a 3-shot lead on my buddy who I was playing with. I actually just played with him today. And we had been we grew up playing together and stuff. And I had never really gotten the better of him. And I really wanted to beat him that time. And 17 is this drive. It's like 270 up the hill. And I pulled driver for whatever reason. Definitely shouldn't have. But pulled the shit out of it and just drilled a tree. Came back, not in the fairway, but it was definitely going out of bounds.
Oh.
And it hit a tree, came back, knocked a wedge up there and knocked like a 20-footer in.
Oh.
My high school friends were there. Like a few of my friends' parents, my parents were there. It was I remember that moment. That was a cool day. So I ended up getting the dub there. So that was nice.
So is that your buddy? Did you grow up with him?
Yeah, it's my buddy Lee Detmer. He's on the Forum Tour right now. We grew up playing at the same course in DC for we've played golf together for the last 15 years, traveled to tournaments together, and now we're both professional golfers, which is pretty cool to
That's awesome.
Have someone to learn from and just kind of have with you.
That's so cool. Like, you get a guy that's your buddy and that's also just nasty at what you do as well.
Yeah.
Mostly up here, it's like, you get that for basketball or hockey, the occasional golfer from up here. But I want to talk to you about your college career here, because your junior year, you absolutely lit it up. You were a finalist for the Nicholas Award, and you finished the season ranked number 17th in the country, first team All Sunshine State Conference, and you won the TVA Credit Union Invitational. Tell me about that year.
Yeah, I kind of forgot I did all that stuff. I guess
so humble, Cam. He doesn't even remember it.
That was supposed to be my junior year. It ended up being my sophomore year because I got the COVID year, which gave me the fourth year at Rollins, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. But I got I think two wins that season. I won the Alabama tournament, and probably my best win in terms of strength of field was at Cuskawilla in the spring. I worked extremely hard that fall on changing some changes in my golf swing, and I remember I started to see it pay off, and then just all year just hit the ball pretty freaking good, and it paid off, and it was a good year from everything I remember.
Was that changes in your swing from stuff that you just wanted to work on your own, or from coaches?
I switched coaches actually that fall because I wanted to get someone down in Florida. And so I was working on what he had me working on. And at the time that was good for me. Since I've actually switched back to my coach from Maryland. But at the time I just switched coaches and kind of working on something different. And it wasn't even switching coaches and switching philosophies that made me, all that better. It was just having something to work on because I didn't have much direction before that.
Oh, so it's just all just natural.
I don't know. I just worked hard, played good golf. It was fun time. Being a sophomore in college, playing college golf and playing good college golf is a fun time in life.
I was gonna say you probably didn't have any fun. Yeah, I mean, Rollins College. Morgan, I googled it. That place looks pretty damn nice.
It's it's very nice. I was very, very fortunate to go there for. I ended up being there for 4 years. So it was an awesome experience. I loved every minute of it.
Mm-hmm.
Great experience.
So before we get into college, because I know Cam and I have some questions about college golf, and then we'll get into being a pro. But Maryland is lacrosse country. So did you play, or was it like growing up as a golfer in that setting? What's that like?
My entire mom's side of the family played lacrosse.
Mm-hmm.
Some Duke lacrosse players, some UVA lacrosse players.
Oh, so wow.
I should have been doing that. I don't know, but my dad brought me out to the golf course when I was a kid and noticed I loved it first of all, which was important, and I was pretty good at it. And my best friends in high school, 70% of them played the lacrosse. I was like the one golf guy in the friend group, which was fine. It was nice to be.
You got the hair for lacrosse.
Yeah.
Got the hair for lacrosse.
Yeah, I do. I got the long hair for lacrosse.
Yeah, but it's better that you play lacrosse because you could take their money because all the lacrosse guys will still golf.
Yeah. I would play golf with them too. But yeah, I was the golf guy of the friend group. But I'm still best friends with all my boys from high school who went on to play college lacrosse and stuff like that.
That's sick. So tell us about, you are a 18, 19-year-old kid. Obviously we'll say anytime, either pre or post COVID. We didn't have this experience, and it's not often broadcasted. What is college golf like? What's the routine like? The expectations, stuff like that. Because I want to say 98% of the people that watch golf don't know the grind that goes into it.
So there's two sides of college golf I can tell you about. Like I played for a semester at Loyola, which was a lot different than my 4 years at Rollins. And Rollins was an awesome experience, and I loved it. And it was great for me, and I don't want this to come off cocky, but I knew I was going to play. So
Yep.
we didn't have really like team practices. Like it was kind of just like, go work on your own, which is great for me because I like, working on my game and stuff. At times in college, I didn't necessarily work the hardest on my game because of college. And but like, when I was at Loyola, we had structured practices and stuff like that. At Rollins, it was more like go practice as much as you want on your own. And I did that, sometimes I didn't. But the main thing I can say about college golf is being on the road with 4 other guys who are a bunch of fun to be around, and my coach, who's a ton of fun to be around. Like those are the experiences that I'm going to remember the most. Like that just, you're on the road, you're playing golf instead of going to class. You're going to all these cool places. Like you don't have any really responsibilities besides some schoolwork. Like those are the experiences. You're just laughing, having a good time. In terms of like the specifics of college golf, the way it would work for us, we'd get to a tournament on a Saturday, practice a little bit, practice round Sunday. Practice rounds suck in college golf. You play as a fivesome because you have 5 with you. It takes like 6 hours, like 6.5 hours. I mean, dude, like by the time you're like a senior, you're just out there and you're like, just get me the fuck off this golf course. Yeah. Like I just don't want to be here anymore. And then it's sorry, I can curse on this.
You can say whatever you want.
And Monday is always 36 holes for us, which I always liked. I mean, it's slow. You're out there for legitimately, you get to the golf course at 6 a.m. and you leave when it's dark. And that is like, I never liked the lunches, the box lunches they gave us. So I would just be eating power bars all day. Just like I'd eat like 30 Cliff bars in a day. And you finally get off the course and all you want to do is just eat like the biggest Chipotle burrito ever. And, that's a very tiring day, but I always like playing 36 holes just because for some reason I always played better the second 18. If you looked at my scoring average, like the second 18, I just always played better for whatever reason. And then the final round, it'd always be 54 holes for the most part. Final round be 18 holes, and then you'd go home and go home for a week or two and then go do it again. But like I said, awesome experiences being on the road and just having that lifestyle.
And that was all at Rollins, right?
That was all at Rollins. I played 4 events at Loyola, and then I went to community college for a year, and then I transferred to Rollins. And I was supposed to be there for 3 years. COVID gave me the 4th, which I'm very grateful for because the COVID year was a fun time as well.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
So what are some of the best parts of your game right now, and what things you working on?
Best part of my game. Definitely wedge play, short iron play, short game. Putting's getting there. I wouldn't say putting's a weakness or a strength right now. So best parts of my game, wedges, short irons, and then really anything like when you get me like driving the ball is definitely the weak part of my game, and it's something I've worked on extremely hard the last like 2 weeks. I mean, because in my last tournament, the Maryland Open, I just kind of, after the tournament, I kind of reflected and was like, "What? Like, I really need to drive the ball better. If I want to contend on the Korn Ferry Tour, like, I need to drive the ball better." So the last 2 weeks, I've just essentially stood on the range and just pounded drivers. Like for like, I the other day I think I had a range session where I hit drivers for 2 hours, and it's like it sucks. I had to do a lot of stretching, but like honestly, that's kind of what it took, and I just had to figure out how to work a ball left to right with the driver. And I played today. It's gotten better. So I'm excited to see it competition.
Hey, you get what you put in.
Yeah. Well, sometimes in golf, sometimes not.
And sometimes other golfers are fucking nasty, and you don't win. So we'll keep on your game for now. What's favorite club in the bag?
Favorite club in the bag. Probably I've switched to a Vokey pitching wedge like 3 years ago, and it's definitely my favorite club in my bag. I mean, I can hit a shot that's like 1 probably 105 with it, and I can hit a shot that's 148 with it. So
Wow.
pretty versatile. Love that club.
Jeez, I do that too, except the 105 is by accident, and also the 148 is by accident.
Yeah, the 148 is just thin.
Well, if you can learn how to control the thin, sometimes that works.
Yeah,
See,
right.
When you and your buddies were playing growing up, and like you guys, both pros, me and Andy don't get anything from either one of us.
No.
We get worse watching each other play.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be fun too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. We have a blast. Oh, we have a great time.
Yeah. It's all about.
But I was looking into Q school. Like, at what point did you decide? Did you just want to go in like right after you were done at Rollins, or did you like take, like you said, you were just in your parents in Delaware? Like, did you just want to relax a little bit before you dove in, or did you think your game was ready and you just jump right in? Like, what made you decide to want to start Q school?
Yeah, I've gotten similar questions to that, and my answer is always kind of the same. Like, it's just always kind of been the plan. Like, I feel like I've always planned. I was planning on doing Q school last year at this time, before COVID hit. I was planning on doing Q school that upcoming fall, and then COVID happened, obviously. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of just always been the plan. It's been my plan since I've been just a kid to be a professional golfer, and as I got older and learned how that process works, decided, whenever I graduate college, I'm gonna do Q school and try to go that route. And I'm very fortunate to come from a family that is willing to support me financially with that, because it's not cheap. And I'm very grateful that my parents are willing to support me so I can focus on golf and not have to work while I do this. So very, very grateful for that.
That's awesome. Because I didn't realize the financial responsibility until recently.
Yeah, man, it's not cheap. It's professional golf is, it's you got to invest in yourself, and you got to. It's
it's like a grind. I mean, you got to travel to all the tournaments by yourself, and stay places and pay for the school. It's a lot.
Yeah, dude. I'm about to go on a 5-week road trip. I'm going. Where am I going? I'm going North Carolina, South Carolina.
Go Cox.
Virginia, North Carolina, and then to Alabama, and all by myself, all in my car. And I'm kind of excited because it's my first time. I guess not my first time, but it's like it's gonna be the first time where I'm like, okay, now we're really doing this, because I have to stay in hotel. I've been staying with friends. I've found friends to stay with so far, which I have some stories about. But like so far, I haven't had to pay for hotels or anything, or had to stay by myself really. And this is going to be the first time where I'm really just on the road by myself, just grinding it out.
Yeah, hey,
no one in Gamecock country?
Well, hopefully not. I'm playing in the Wyndham Championship pre-qualifier.
Oh, that'd be sick, Morgan, if you qualified.
On Thursday, and then the Monday Q is on Monday. And so if I qualify, I play the Wyndham Championship that next weekend. And then if I don't qualify, I'm signed up for a G Pro in Columbia. So hopefully not.
Go Cox. Let's go.
Hopefully not going there, but
yeah.
But might as well. But we'll see. Game's feeling good, so
that's awesome. And Morgan, it must be kind of rewarding. You must be sort of close with your family. They're willing to help you get along on this journey. And for them, it must be pretty rewarding to see that you're actually improving. And that's got to be a motivating factor for you too.
Sorry, say that again. It kind of cut out a little bit.
Probably was a shitty question. Thanks, Justin. No, what I'm saying is, your family supports you, week to week. Like you said, they're able to help you get around to tournaments, and because golf isn't cheap, but it must be, worth it for them because you are improving.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, my parents are a big motivating factor. Like first of all, they never pushed me into golf. Like I found my love for it on my own, which I think is very important. And it's very motivating for me. It's very satisfying after a good tournament to just, if I play good or bad, they're gonna act the same. But the excitement that they have when I have a good tournament or a good round, it's very satisfying for me. And then even if I play bad, I know I can call them and they'll still love me. So it's I'm not kicked out of the house or anything depending on how I play. So it definitely is very motivating.
So if you're Mr. Egloff, and you're watching you play, what major do you think he would want you to win most?
Ooh, what major do I think he would want me to win?
Yeah. Like, what in your dad's eyes would be like, damn, my son did that. You know what I
think
mean?
I think it's got to be the Masters, right? Like, I don't want to be, generic or anything, or I don't want to be unoriginal, but like, dude, the Masters,
that's cool.
The Masters is the pinnacle of golf, right? Like, I have always had a fascination with the U.S. Open for whatever reason. I just loved watching it. I love the grittiness of it. I love watching Jim Furyk playing a U.S. Open, like back in the day, just grinding over.
Wow.
I just love watching the grittiness of it. But I think the Masters has got to be the answer there. It's just
see, we had James on last week, and he said the U.S. Open. So this is I'm interested to see when we have guys on cam what they say. I don't think anyone is going to say the PGA.
No one's going to say the PGA, but that'd be a curveball though. If someone was just like,
I wouldn't know how to respond to be like, okay.
Like, oh,
I'd love to win the PGA at Valhalla. How about that?
Oh,
That sounds.
There you go. Okay.
What a course.
I like that.
I was gonna say Old Course, winning the Open Championship at the Old Course. I played links golf once and I loved it. So I don't have enough rounds on links golf to make a decision about that. But
okay,
my final answer is the Masters.
That's awesome. All right, so one more question before we get into your social media. We're assuming your big mission right now is obviously to qualify for Korn Ferry, eventually into the PGA. But do you make short-term goals your thing? What are some things that are on your radar right now?
Yeah, man. So like this has changed a little bit for me. I used to. I have goals written down. I have long-term goals written down. And I even have like shorter term goals written down. Like, I want to get Korn Ferry status, obviously. And then I want to get PGA Tour status. And then, there's stuff beyond that. If you look at that stuff every day, like some people say like, yo, look at your goals every day. If you look at that stuff, like I want to be on the PGA Tour, I want to be the number one player in the world, like, et cetera, like that can be really overwhelming and really daunting. Right. So I have kind of shifted my mentality in the last few months to kind of just look at goals day by day. Like
there you go.
I can't control being on the PGA Tour in a year. Like there are things out of my control. I could get hurt. Like a lot of things can happen, right? I mean, I could play really good and just not make it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's out of my control at this current moment. That is out of my control. I can control, however, like what I do in the short term. So like I can control the way I think about it. Like tomorrow I can control waking up, going to work out, and then I can control my practice, like how I practice, how much I practice. And then I can control stretching at night. Like that's the stuff I focus on. I try to really take it day by day at this point, because that makes it a lot more manageable. And if I just know I'm doing stuff to get better every day, that's a lot more manageable and a lot less overwhelming to me than me thinking like, oh shit, I want to be on the PGA Tour in 2 years. Like I shot 70 today. Like that's not good enough. Like that's when stuff starts to just overwhelm you. So
right.
I really do. I try my best. I have goals written down. I don't look at them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I accomplish them, when I accomplish one, I know what they are. I'll probably go back and look, but
and those small goals, they're all ultimately helping. So it's not like, you're saying,
exactly. Yeah. So they, essentially I just take it small day by day goals.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That seems to be like what James did as well. And I think that actually in the end helps your game a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. And the other thing I was going to say is I listened to the James podcast and I started doing that voice memo thing. That's a hell of an idea.
Dude.
Yeah, it is, right? That's what I was wondering if you were going to say sort of the same thing, like if you did that.
No, I literally just started doing it, and I was like, wow, that's like, it's genius.
So much easier than typing?
Yeah, like, I keep a journal, but I don't like keep it with me on the golf course. But like I've been practicing the last few days, and the other day I think I was like, all right, with driver, flare my left foot out. And then it's like, if I go back, I can go listen to that if I forget or whatever. Like that's unbelievable idea.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well, also, thanks for listening to the show. Look at that, Justin. We got a fan.
I love it. Yeah.
Look at that, huh?
Absolutely.
Well, we know James is like a big videographer. Like, what are some things that you like to do away from golf? Like, just like.
Man, things I like to do away from golf. Obviously, I have this TikTok and Instagram thing that I'll get into in a little bit, but besides that, like with like away from golf, like altogether, I just feel like I'm a very extroverted person. I get a lot of energy from just talking to people and just being around people. So I just love being around my friends, having a few beers, just chilling. I love being on the water, being by the beach. I just being with good people, having good times really is the best way I can put it.
right.
Get into fishing. I'm trying to get into fishing in a little bit. I'm moving to Florida, so I probably should get into that, adapt to the Florida lifestyle.
Very similar to golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By yourself, isolated.
Yeah.
You into video games, Morgan?
No, not
Wow.
a video game.
Not a Call of Duty guy? Okay.
Me neither. I'm with you, Morgan.
I would rather be outside or like just being with people.
All right. That's a good answer. So we'll take that into sort of one of the bigger things I know you want to discuss, and which I'm excited for our people to hear. It's your journey, the things you're documenting on TikTok and Instagram, which is how I ultimately saw it, and I was enthralled with it. So, tell us about that, and then if you want to start talking about Morgan's Dream Team.
Yeah. So I guess the way this all started is last summer. The idea sparked. I don't know if you guys know the No Laying Up podcast, but they have this have this YouTube series called Strapped, and I was watching it, and I was like, they give the guys like $500 to go play golf for 3 days, and like I was watching it, and I was like, well, they're pretty much doing what professional golfers do. They have to budget their meals, their golf, and their travel and stuff. And I was like, well, that is like what you do as a professional golfer. So like that'd be cool if I did that. And me and my friend were talking about like getting a bus and like making it livable and driving around and making like a film series about it. That became less realistic as he got a job. He got a job. I went back to college for a year. So like that would have been cool maybe in the future. But anyway, the whole idea was that just like I wanted to be original. Like you see so many guys Thursday to Sunday on so many different tours, European Tour, PGA Tour, Korn Ferry Tour. You see all these guys, but you just don't know, like, you don't really know anything about them, right? I mean, I think if it was a few months ago, you saw Kramer Hickok in the playoff at the Travelers. I mean, 8-hole playoff, and all the announcers said was like, oh, he's friends with Spieth. And like, I don't know how this comes off, but like, I just don't want to be like every other guy out there. I want to be original, and I love interacting with people, and just, I think I was on my way to my first event, and I just kind of decided to pull the trigger and just kind of like make a TikTok, just explaining what I was going to do. And,
very hip of you to make a TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm not. I'd like to put this out there. Not a TikToker. Like I've seen.
By definition, bro.
I mean, Morgan, you might be.
I use the platform to document my journey, but like, I don't know. Maybe I am. I don't know.
So we're not going to see him doing dances like, the fucking thing around the head and stuff. All right.
The main thing is I'm not going to, like, one of my values of this thing is I'm not going to fake anything for views. Like, I'm not going to, it's all just going to be strictly real content. And like, it's going to be the ups, the downs, and everything in between on my way to the PGA Tour, and nothing will be fake. And there's so much fake stuff out there on, TikTok and just in the world in general. And just like, this is just giving some people just a real raw journey to follow. And I'm going to post a recap video, whether I shoot 65 or 85. And I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not like trying to brag if I play well. It's just simply like pure, real content about life while climbing the lower levels of professional golf. And that's really the whole point of it. And one thing I will point out is like how cool it's been and how touching it's been to see all the supportive people on TikTok. I mean, you hear about like the app gets a really bad rap for cyberbullying and all that stuff. And I was for sure expecting like, some hate from it. And it was really touching that there's so many people out there who still exist. And for some reason it doesn't get talked about enough, that like want to see other people succeed. And I think that's not talked about enough. And I think that's really cool. And with that being said, there are like 2% of comments that are like, there's one guy on there who follows one person and it's just me. And he's commented a few times, been like, dude, just give it up now, man. You're lighting your money on fire. Like, You're
Oh
never
my
gonna make.
God.
Oh,
You're never gonna
whoa,
make it.
whoa. I got a TikTok. I'm going at this fucking guy.
Dude, it's more on my like earlier videos.
Oh, okay. Because he must see your success and realize that it's working.
I have a plan for when I get my tour card. I still have his comment screenshotted, so I know where it is.
Oh, all
There
right.
you go. I like that.
But like seriously, the 98% of supportive comments very very motivating, but like actually the 2% of negative comments are all like equally, if not more motivating for me. I made my background one week and like it seriously got me out of bed. Like
I believe that, and it's because you're so genuine on it. You know,
Yeah.
like you said, if you were a TikToker and you were just doing dances and stupid shit, like yeah, maybe like the hate wouldn't be as cool, but like you're putting yourself out there, you're showing the trials and tribulations of becoming a professional golfer,
Which people
some just
don't
had
know
that.
about. No one knows. I swear it's the most undercover way to professional sport athlete. Like no one knows. Everybody knows if you're good at basketball, you go to college and you play in the G League. And if you don't play in the G League, you play in Europe and different teams contact you. And it's not that hard because you're just good at basketball. Same thing with
Or
hockey.
even football. Football is like either you're good in college and you go to the NFL or you just never play.
Or you go to Canada. No one knows how you need to be good to move up in golf because a team can't just sign you to the tour. You don't just get signed and make it.
Yeah, it'd be like
Yeah.
if you had to go to
Exactly.
like
That's why-
draft school
Yeah.
to go to the NFL.
That's why I love golf too. I mean, you make your own destiny. No one cares. I guess it's a little different now with PGA Tour to you, but no one cares if you play D3, if you don't play college at all, if you play D2. Like once you are turned pro, like everyone's on the same playing field.
Like, how are you right now? How's your game right now? That's all that matters.
That's literally all that matters. You're 100%.
You get
correct.
guys winning on the tour for the first time, at age. I mean, Cam Tringale's still looking for his first win after he fucking blew it 2 weeks ago. But, like, that guy's in his 30s. Like, you never know when your prime's going to be. Like, no one is. Jordan Spieth is, the Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas, young success. That's not every guy. That's 0.1% of the guys. And I'm sure, the most of people are doing it like you are.
But
Exactly.
even speaking on that, sorry, before you even go, we don't know what they're like.
Yeah, we don't.
It's like cool to get like we have like an image of like, oh, Jordan Spieth's a good guy, Justin Thomas a good guy. We have no idea what they're like. They've never like channeled any of who they are as a person into media like you
Right.
are. So it's cool. It's a cool story to follow.
Yeah, and they seem like awesome dudes, but they went straight from college to pretty much the PGA Tour, and you never saw how they. I mean, they just went straight there, so you know how they went. But like, you never see the guys who have to work their way up through. There's so many good stories out there from guys from the mini tour days, and guys from guys traveling through Latin America, playing the Latin American tour and stuff. There's so many good stories like that, and it never gets shown. And so that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do it as well. Just like show people what it's actually like climbing these lower levels of professional golf, because you're right, they don't get any exposure really.
And it's so true, like you said, the Jordan Spieths and the Justin Thomases, no one really knows. It is honestly even really eye-opening for someone like us who does know. Like, we're still learning stuff from you as well. Like, the things that we ask you and, a couple of our next guests, things like that, we're all still taking in the experience because it is so encompassing. There's a lot that goes into it. And I can't wait one day, to for the average golf guy to know what it's like, but it'll be because of people like you. So we thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's first of all, let me say it's so complicated. Like
Yeah.
the whole Corn Ferry and like PGA Tour and the Forum Tour and there's PGA Tour China and Canada. It's just like it's really confusing. So there is that reason why a lot of people probably don't know is because it's hard to understand.
Yeah.
You can even Google it and it still doesn't explain anything. I was looking yesterday and I was like trying to figure it all out. I'm like, they don't make this simple.
No, it's not. It's not simple. It's not simple, and they don't make it any simpler. It's truly like impossible to fully even I don't understand some aspects of it, but I try to explain the simple parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us about your latest venture here, which is I was honored that you gave us a follow as one of your first ones. Tell us about the Dream Team.
Yeah, so I wanted to give back to the followers, and I have my old set of irons and wedges, and I decided to do like a little giveaway, which is taken off way more than I thought it would.
It really did.
Yeah, there's a lot. First of all, one thing I'll say in the comments, like, I don't know how many people get golf clubs stolen, but like, I swear I've seen probably over 100 comments being like, yo, my club just got stolen. This would be awesome. I'm like, wow. Like,
I feel like it's in cities where people leave their clubs in the car.
Yeah.
And it's like easy money.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
Unfortunately, didn't get to meet our other co-host, but he just loses clubs pretty much every round.
Oh man, that's no good. But yeah, so I did this, I did the giveaway or whatever, and I was reading some of the comments, and I saw like 2 or 3 that was like, hey, these would really mean a lot. I'm trying to make my varsity team, and I can't afford clubs, and that kind of like gave me this. It sparked this idea in my head like right away, and I was like, I now have like enough followers on TikTok, and I know enough people where I can crowdfund money, and I'm just gonna start one kid at a time, and I'm gonna try to crowdfund enough money to buy them a new set of golf clubs.
That's all.
I mean, it's one of my goals off of the course. It's been one of my goals off of the course to start a foundation one day, and I think this is a good building block for it. And one of the pillars of that foundation, just have it be golf accessibility. I grew up in a very fortunate situation where I was a member at a club, and I'm very grateful for that. I don't necessarily know if that's the way golf should be. I think it should be accessible to everyone.
It's moving that way.
I think it is moving that way, absolutely. And I just, I was a kid where if I wanted a new golf club, I was able to get it. And I just remember having that feeling. The club arrives at your house, you open the box. Oh. It's like the best. You go out and you get to go hit that new driver, hit that new 3-wood, and it's like the best feeling in the world. You get a new putter. Oh. Like it is honestly like it. I get like chills thinking about that feeling, and like I want kids who don't necessarily have the financial help to also have that feeling. And we're a few $100s in right now. I need some. I'm gonna try to ask for some more donations from some people I know. To the first kid is Ethan. He's 14 years old. He's trying to make his varsity team. He wants to hit a ball over 300 yards. He said he wants to break 85, and he said his family just doesn't have the money to buy him new clubs. And I was like, Ethan, I'm going to do everything I can to get you a new set, and it's going to be. I can't wait for the look on his face when he gets those new clubs. So
that's awesome. And Morgan, I got to be honest with you.
Everything we can to spread that word.
That's what I'm saying. I'm definitely going to share all that stuff from our accounts.
I appreciate that.
Not that we have the biggest following, but we will. So I also think, and I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but I eventually feel like this thing can get big enough where, one video on TikTok just needs to get like 10, 20K, 1,000 likes, and all of a sudden, so many people are seeing it. That's just likes. Think about the views.
So my idea is once we get Ethan his clubs, I'm going to try to crowdfund another, like maybe probably $800,000, somewhere where I can get a decent set, and I'm going to make a video where I go to like a local public course or something and just find a kid who maybe doesn't have the nicest clubs. Probably go somewhere in inner city DC and just find a kid who's out there practicing, and I'm going to give him the clubs just right there on the spot. And I'm hoping, that first of all will be awesome for him, whoever it is, him or her. Whoever it is, and give them the clubs, and then hopefully that'll kind of grow the whole initiative as well, so I can help out more kids get a brand new set of clubs.
Yeah, I think definitely go viral. Oh yeah, aside from going viral, it's a good ass thing to do, and I also think I feel like this will eventually get to like an extreme makeover kind of thing, where people will write to you without the person knowing, and they're gonna say, "Hey Morgan, I got my my son, my friend, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, he this and that." I mean, it's going to take is for one news outlet, one thing to pick you up, and all of a sudden donations are going to start flooding in.
That'd be awesome. And I'm taking it, one kid at a time right now. I'm hoping that it grows into, 10 kids, and then 100 kids, and then, eventually at that, like thousands of kids. That'd be my dream, honestly. That would be that's exactly what I'm trying to start here. I mean, I started it 2 days ago, so
it already took off. It took you 48 hours.
Well, just we're focused right now on getting Ethan a new set of golf clubs, but beyond that, it would be awesome to have this thing take off even further.
Oh man, yeah. There are some good people left in this world.
Fortunately,
yeah, there are. Andy, but Morgan is.
No, yeah, certainly not sitting at this booth right here, but we got a guy on Zoom that is. So, Morgan, unless there's anything else you wanted to talk about, we're going to get into our dogleg par 5.
Yeah, no, I'm all good. Let's do it.
All right, so this is the dogleg par 5, which is 6 questions because we tend to bogey those that we ask every guest on the show. Are you ready?
All right.
Cam, you start them off.
I'll start it off. All right, there's a little bit of this or that. Beer or seltzer?
Beer.
What kind?
Busch Light.
Let's go.
My
That's
man. There we go.
champion right there. That's a champion. All right. Pancakes, waffles, or French toast?
Pancakes.
Yes.
Damn. I wanted the clean sweep from French toast. I'm pretty bummed about that. Summer Olympics or Winter Olympics?
I gotta go summer because of golf.
There you go.
Okay.
Andy, the Winter Olympics is just getting buried.
I'm waiting
It's
for
useless.
one person to say winter with me.
I was thinking just because of hockey, and watching Olympic hockey is sick, but I gotta go with golf now that it's in the Olympics.
Yeah. Brooks or Bryson?
Brooks.
My man.
And then, or this was, I don't know, Phil or Tiger?
Tiger.
All right.
I don't think we're going to get any Phil love on that question.
So Cam grew up in a Phil household, Morgan, so that's why he asked that.
I have to ask that question.
How old are you guys?
26.
27.
Oh, okay. You're pretty close. I was gonna say I've heard that because I'm 24, but
Yep.
like I heard the Phil Tiger. It was actually like a thing
Yeah.
back in like mid 2000s. Like you had to pick a side.
Yeah, you did. It
You
was
did.
a real thing.
Maybe I was just a Tiger guy and I didn't realize. I guess there were yeah. I mean, I was
He won most of the time. Phil just only won a handful, but he was there. He always is in second.
yeah. I would cheer for Phil. Don't get me wrong, but like it was Tiger all day for me.
Oh,
growing
yeah.
up.
All right, number 2. Your dream foursome for a night on the town. You're going out, you're hitting a couple of bars. It can be literally anybody. Who would it be? You and who the other 3?
Jesus.
See, what I like is that we don't give him these in advance. So these are genuine
either
answers.
That's a good one.
Give us a real answer.
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta go with I don't know if I should say Tiger because like I don't know if he'd be that fun to go out with. Maybe he would.
Say like 2000s Tiger.
Yeah. Prime Tiger.
Yeah, he probably got after it for
Yeah.
sure.
Actually, could we keep up with Prime Tiger? I don't know.
I don't think so. No, probably not.
No
Yeah.
way.
Well, who knows what kind of effects he was having. What else he was doing. Let's go with I think it'd be fun to go out with like Brooks, Dustin, and we'll throw like Pat Perez in there. I think those 3 guys would be
Pat Perez guzzles
I like
beers.
Hey,
yeah,
he
for
definitely
sure.
did.
I think that's a good mix because
Oh, yeah.
Brooks is like probably just chilling. Dustin also probably chilling, but like Pat, you could probably muck it up, chat it up with.
And you hang out with Brooks, you probably get Jenna Sims and her friends too. So that's a good idea. Yeah.
I mean,
Dustin is not just chilling.
DJ
Dustin is not just chilling.
I feel like
I-
DJ Sneaky gets after it.
DJ definitely gets after it.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
And he's probably bringing Paulina and her friends along. So
Oh, geez, that stinks.
True. Okay. All right, Morgan. I see where your head's at.
Yep.
yeah.
Speaking of that, if you're going to go out with those kind of people, you got to have good style. How many strokes does good golf style take off your score?
Do you mean how
For an
many,
amateur and then pro.
are you saying how much does it actually take off your score or how much
Oh,
does it-
yeah. How much is it actually? Like logistically.
Well, like look good, feel good, like
There it
play
is.
good,
Yeah.
right? I think it probably takes let's say I'll say a shot, 2 shots around, but
Wow.
but
You
you
got the same
look,
answer.
if you have good golf style and you're like, just a weekend golfer, like, and you look like you know what you're doing, like it probably takes 10 shots off your score in terms of what people think you shoot.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me every week.
That's you. You get the palm golf glove, Andy.
I know. I got like the night. I know. I like my Boston Scott golf shirts too. Trying to get them to sponsor us. All right. I know you talked about you being a big, crushing like power bars and shit. But what's the best food at the turn? And you can get specific.
Best food at the turn. I'm a big trail mix guy. I just like I've gotten into trail mix a lot on the course. Just peanuts, almonds. It's good, like Just gives me a lot of energy. I've gotten away from Cliff Bars. There's just like a lot of sugar in that. So
Those are heavy.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, trail mix.
Okay.
So is that rule out hot dogs?
Yeah, no dogs for you?
No one likes dogs. No one that's good at likes dogs.
Yeah.
No, I used to get a hot dog at the turn like every time when I was a kid. But like, now, if I have one of those at the turn like that, it probably wouldn't fuck with me too much. But
it's different.
I don't know. I might lose energy. Who knows? You gotta.
I guess
it's one of those things where like, it probably won't affect you, but if you feel like you're eating healthy on the course, like you're at least gaining a little bit of an edge. Just
right.
Yeah.
Kind of one of those things.
All right, Cam, next.
You're stepping onto the first tee, your first PGA Tour event. What's the walk-up song?
Walk-up song. Let's go with I'm big into country music now.
Hell yeah.
But I don't know if I'd want to be hyped or like if I want to be
like cool,
chilled out a little bit. I think honestly best for me would just be like to vibe a little bit and kind of feel a little more chilled out. So we'll go Feathered Indians, Tyler Childers.
Ah.
Okay.
All right.
I like that choice.
It's a good tune. All right. Last one. There's a movie eventually made about the life of Morgan. What kind of movie is it? Perhaps who you want directing it, maybe? And what is the name of it?
A movie about my life? Is that what you said?
There's a movie about your life. Eventually. It's not right now. It's going to be about your whole life. What's the name of it? What kind of movie is it? And it's easy to say golf movie, but...
I'm adding a third question into that, and who's playing you?
Oh, yeah. Who's playing you? That's a good one.
Who's playing me? Wow, this is on the spot, too. Shit, I wish I had some time to think about it. Type of movie, I think it's got to be... It's one of those like action movies, but it's like also like got some humor in it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Kind of like a Tin Cup-esque. Tin Cup's pretty intense. Hopefully not like the same ending, but
yeah.
Tin Cup's pretty intense, and it's also like got some comedy in it. So one of those types of movies, I think. Mm-hmm. Directing, I don't know who I'd want. I mean, I don't know. I don't have an answer for the director. Who's playing me though?
I have somebody that I think kind of looks like you. I'm interested if you say the same person.
Shit, I don't know who that would be. Some people say I look like Morgan Wallen. I don't think he's not an actor though. So,
kind of looks like him. Yeah.
Let's see here.
I have an idea too. I hope he says the one I have.
Who's playing me? I'm trying to think of actors right now. I'm totally blanking on actors. The only guy I just watched a movie with Leo DiCaprio, and I don't know if I would want him playing me because I don't think it's that kind of role.
No, I agree with you. I don't think that's it.
I think who I'm a big fan of, underrated actor Miles Teller. We'll go with Miles Teller.
Oh, that's a good pick.
That's a great pick.
I watched War Dogs like a month ago. Solid movie.
Oh yeah,
great movie. I love that movie.
Who are you guys thinking?
I was thinking Josh Duhamel.
Who is that?
Josh Duhamel.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was Duhamel. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. He's in Transformers.
Guy?
Yeah, he's
the guy. This guy?
Yes, Josh Duhamel. Guy's a stud.
Yeah. I don't even know if I recognize him, but all right, I'll take it, man.
Andy, what name did you have?
I had Zac Efron.
Oh,
because Efron has the hair going, and he's an athlete, so I figured like it would make it work, and he's like can be like funny in a way. Okay,
that's solid. We go with that too, but we'll say Miles Teller final answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I like you.
All right, that'll do it for the Dogleg Par 5. Morgan, we can't thank you enough for coming on the show. I mean, we could chop it up all night here. I mean, and luckily for the listeners, we can have him on again, and we can get an update on where things are, maybe in a couple weeks, maybe in a couple months, depending on his schedule. We will be keeping close tabs on how you're playing, so if you have a bad round, just remember that like that looks bad for us too, so don't play bad. No, but seriously, we can't thank you enough, man. And if there's anything else you want to talk about, I mean, this is it.
Yeah.
I think I'm all good for now. I got to run to Target and get a bunch of supplies for my 5-week road trip. But thank you guys so much for having me on. You guys are awesome. We'll definitely. I got 5 weeks in a row coming up of just straight traveling. Maybe I can give you guys a little rundown of my my 5 weeks when I come back.
Yeah, let's do that. Maybe we'll catch you on the end of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe on my car ride back or something, we'll we can chop it up again. One thing I will say, I'll tell you a funny story from life on the road so far. So I was playing a 2-day event in Hartford, Connecticut, and I play the first round. I stay in Boston. I stayed at my buddy's house in Belmont the first night.
You drove to Hartford from Boston every day?
No, I did that one day.
Oh, okay.
I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning and drove there for like a 8:30 tea time or something. It was outrageous. But anyway, so then my buddy who is also from Belmont was like, "Hey, I'm actually coming." He goes to Trinity, and he's like, "Hey, I'm coming down to Hartford. We're gonna go watch." It was during the Travelers. We're gonna go watch the Travelers. Like, why don't you stay at one of? He's like, I think his the president of his fraternity or something. And he was like, one of our off-campus houses, we can stay there for the night. I'm like thinking like, oh, that's perfect. 20 minutes from the golf course. Awesome. So he's like, listen, we'll be there in 30 minutes. You go in, make yourself at home. So I'm driving in there and no one let me know that around Trinity College is not the nicest area of town.
It's not great.
It's not great. So anyway, I'm driving in there. I'm like, yo, I got the wrong address in here. Like, there's no way Trinity is around here. So I drive in and find the house, and I was like, he was like, hey, you might want to bring the sticks inside tonight. I was like, yeah, like definitely gonna bring the sticks inside tonight, my man. And so he's like, yeah, just go in, lock the door behind you, and we'll see you in a bit. I was like, all right.
Oh shit.
So I mean, keep in mind, like, this is a fraternity house, like it's not in the best shape. And it's also during the summer and there's nothing in there. So essentially, like, this is the definition of slumming it for the night. And I get upstairs and I shit you not, within like 5 minutes of me being there, I start hearing like pop, 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 like outside. And so I call my buddy. I'm like, hey, like I'm hearing what sounds like gunshots. Like, he's like, oh yeah, during the summer, like it's pretty normal. Like, I am not kidding. I heard gunshots for 45 minutes. Like, probably off and on every 5 minutes for 45 minutes.
Oh,
yeah, Hartford's definitely not the nicest place in New England. That's for damn sure.
And I'm in there and I call him again. I'm like, yo, man, like I'm hearing a lot of these gunshots. And he's like, well, yeah, I guess hearing him that much is not very normal. And I'm like, oh my God. So they get there and they park the car. And as they're parking the car, I mean, probably 10 rounds went off, like around the block. They rush inside. Two of my buddies, and so then we're all just chilling inside. We keep hearing them or whatever. They finally stop, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. So then I go in this room that, like, I mean, there's pretty much just a mattress in there, and I sleep on a mattress, no blanket, and I use my backpack as my pillow that night.
Oh,
and then in the morning I try to go shower. No towel. I just air dry. I run to my car. It's 5 a.m. It's like kind of cold. And so, yeah, that's like the biggest like mini tour story I have so far. Like, I run outside. It's cold. I'm in Hartford, Connecticut. Like, just a brutal night's sleep, but free. That's important.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. So just wanted to touch on kind of what you see in the mini tour lifestyle.
And I'm excited for the next story that you'll have from the next couple of weeks.
5 weeks.
Yeah.
You got going. Yeah.
5 weeks on the road. I hopefully when we catch up again, I'll have some more stories for you.
Perfect.
And I know you don't want to be in Columbia, but Columbia's only slightly nicer than Hartford.
Okay, well, I don't even know where I'm staying for that. Hopefully,
hopefully you'll go there, but
yeah.
Just in case.
All right. Well, Morgan, thank you again.
I appreciate it very much.
Yeah. Hey, and we will catch up again. You guys go follow Morgan. We're going to be tagging him on all of our stuff. So go follow him and go follow the Dream Team so you can see what's up. Also follow him on TikTok, fellow kids. That'll do it for here. Hey, thanks again. And we will talk to you soon.
Thank you, boys. I appreciate it. Catch up with you soon.
Coming month.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Welcome back. You just heard from Morgan. I mean, it's nice to see that there's like actual good dudes out there.
Yeah.
Like a guy that wants to like get people into golf, get him some golf clubs. He's documenting his journey. I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's just another little glimpse into what it's like. It's freaking hard to make, Cam.
It's very hard to make. And it's very hard to make it being a real person.
Yeah. It's so true what we said. I guess I never really thought of that. Like, we don't know these pros, like, because they just went to stardom. Like, I assume that, like, most of these guys are good guys, right? Because that's what you do. You assume that they're good dudes because you see the good in everybody. But Christ, man, it's nice to see, you get James, you get Morgan. We're going to have a couple other guys on in the next couple of weeks. Like, it seems like the guys that grind to make it are, like, really great people so far.
Also, it was really cool that he listened to our other interview and got, like, career help.
Oh, actually, I have a text from him when this was actually the night that we were out at playing in the Scramble, and then when we were drinking at your house, Cam. And he said, let me see this. Oh, he said, hey, he goes, I'm listening to the James podcast right now. I played with James in a tournament when I was 15. He shot like a 67 or something. And I asked how long he'd been playing, and he said 2 years or something. And I was like, holy fuck, this guy's going to the show.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, we're just creating our own little gang of Scramble podcast guests that are going to hang out with each other. It's not a big deal, you guys.
No, not a big deal at all.
All right, we'll get into the general golf. We'll get through this quick, and we'll take you into next week. I know it's already been a $120. Look, the Women's Olympics is on. Same exact course. Kasumi Gasecki. The U.S. team needs a gold medal. I would love a U.S. sweep. Dude, they're nasty. World number 1, Nelly Korda. World number 5, Danielle Kang. Number 12, Lexi Thompson. And number 14, Jess Korda. You got my other ladies, too. My Canadian lass, Brooke Henderson. Lydia Ko from Australia. Minjee Lee from Australia. Hannah Green. And there's a bunch. Like, they're all nasty. And what I wanted to say, actually, is that the women's Olympic golf features more top-ranked golfers than the men's.
Yeah, big time.
So if you want to see top-end talent, I mean, this might be the thing for it. Next up is the schedule, Cam. I know you had a couple things you wanted to mention.
Why don't they have an off season? One,
yeah,
no off season.
Literally starts the week after the season ends.
It's kind of crazy.
A lot of the big guys won't play though, like that.
No,
right?
it goes but they got rid of WGC events. They got rid of the entire Northeast.
Yeah, we can't go.
Disrespectful. They got rid of a lot.
The only thing they did do is the PGA's giving more weight to this, like the tournaments, like the Scottish Open. So they're sanctioning that more. And then the European players can what I essentially equated it to was how we saw Guido and Garrick Higo come over. Like there's gonna be more crossover. So we're gonna get more good stories from the European guys like that.
But I also like that there's a lot of good players over there. They just don't get the chance.
There's a ton we don't know yet. Yeah,
exactly.
So the schedule is out. They took away 2 WGC events, like the one coming up this week. So this is it. I hope everybody enjoys this.
Quick 3-year run.
Oh, all right, Cam. So take me into the FedEx. Oh, sorry, one more note. Annika Sorenstam wins the U.S. Senior Women's Open in her debut by 8 shots. She's fucking nasty.
Yeah, she's very, very good.
And she has been for like 30 years.
Isn't there only...
What was that stat we had? She's like literally missed like 1 cut.
Oh, yeah. Tim said it was like she's missed less than 50 cuts in her whole career. She's been playing for like 25 years. It's bananas.
She's unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right. What the people want? This week we have the WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational, quite possibly the longest tournament name in golf. It is being played at TPC Southwind, which is just outside of Memphis, Tennessee. As you guys know, I try to be a course history guy. Not much cool stuff going on at TPC Southwind. It was designed by Ron Pritchard with consultation from tour pros Hubert Green and maybe my favorite name of all time, Fuzzy Zoller.
Fuzzy Zeller.
Fuzzy. His name's Fuzzy. That's all.
Fuzzy lost to Tiger in a major early on in Tiger's career.
Just a great name.
Yeah, sick name.
The course opened up 39 years ago in 1988, but it was totally in 2004 or 6. They just did a complete course rehaul to get it to be part of the TPC family, which, as we have learned throughout this season, Maybe not the most exciting courses, maybe not the most challenging courses, but this one's a little bit different. It's got a little bit more teeth to it, according to the players, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not statistics, but this year's 2021 course is playing at a par 70 at 7,233 yards. Just like last week, 66-person field with no cut.
No cuts again.
Just like last week, we got Zoysia fairways. But there's championship Bermuda greens this week. I found this out that there's multiple different types of Bermuda greens, and championship is the hardest.
Okay,
Apparently.
so are they not going to be pillows again this week? The ball might actually roll off the green this week?
Yeah, because it's friggin' August in Memphis, Tennessee. It's definitely disgustingly hot there.
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine.
Muggy city.
The greens,
Brutal.
Yeah. I would imagine the greens are not soft.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of took that tweet you sent me and sort of like broke it down into like getting stats from it. But
Yeah, that was a good one.
11 holes have dog legs. And in order to be successful in this course, you have to be able to play a fade. Like Berger, Brooks, those are big fade style golfers. You gotta be able to work the ball. It helps you stay away from the waters. And the fairways are shit, like I said, dog legs. Under 60% of the fairways are hit from the tee with an average drive of just over 290 yards. So that's both below average.
Yep.
There's a lot of water on this course. That's really the teeth of it. The rough isn't like that tweet. It had 2.5 inches. That's not overly killer, but the water is where you lose most of your strokes. And I saw these stats. I thought it was really cool. Since the course redo in 2004, there have been more than 5,000 balls go into the water at this course.
Jesus.
That's more than 1,500 more balls than the second place course, TPC Sawgrass. Most 1,500 balls were lost on hole 12 alone. And John Daly has the course record for most lost balls at 48. He's put 48 balls into the water at TPC Southwind in his career. That's
sick.
impressive.
That's sick.
That's a lot. It's a lot of balls lost for a pro at one place. Like, I bet you Tiger doesn't have 48 career lost balls.
Oh, no way.
Like, I doubt that.
No, not in his whole career. 48, that's like that's like 2 or 3 a year that like legit get lost? No, there's no way.
No, I don't believe that. And then the real factor of this course is it has the 4 smallest greens in the PGA Tour. That's where this course is going to be won.
That's big.
Players are hitting the greens at around 59%, with the tour average being around 65%, so they're harder to hit. The only thing is, if you do miss, it does happen to be the 12th easiest course to scramble on. But the average being at 51%.
I don't know. I'm still like seeing that the greens are hard anyways. Like, even if you can scramble, you're still losing strokes if you're not on the deck. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But then I saw these. In the past 10 years at TPC Southwind, only one winner has finished worse than 16th for the week in strokes gained off the tee, and no winner has finished outside the top 20 in approach. So you're sort of right.
Right? Like, if you're going to hit the deck, you're going to be putting. I don't know. That's just where my head's at.
Yeah. And then lastly, it's apparently this course can be affected by weather. It's quite wide open. The wind can just freely flow through the whole course. There's not many trees. And that was like, there was one year the final score was a -9, but generally it's like around -13 to -16. So depending on how the weather is, we shall see.
Okay.
So you kind of talked about it. What do you think are some of the Pin Golf course key stats?
Oh, presented by Pin Golf, our podcast sponsor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was saying strokes gained off the tee, just kind of sort of based on what the writers were saying earlier in the week about how every winner has had a ridiculous off the tee rating, regardless of approach, which I thought was interesting. But then I had strokes gained approach as the second. Like, I weighed those two the heaviest, Cam, in my models. Like almost 50-50, like not quite 50-50, but almost.
Yeah.
Which is so, like, it's easy to say, being a golf podcast, like, oh, the guys that drive it and approach the best are going to win. However, you still have to gain strokes. Like, you know, Spieth isn't gaining off the tee. So, like, it's things like that. The third and fourth. Well, he kind of is now. The third and fourth thing I just have is greens and reg. If you're sticking it, you don't have to scramble. You're gaining strokes and fairway percentage. So like that takes away guys like Bryson and like I don't know, like Wilco Nienauber's playing. I'm like he doesn't really hit a fairway, so I don't know.
I know that bummed me out.
Right?
I'm like, this is not the course for him to be playing here.
I wish they said it was easy to hit from the rough. I would have picked him a lot of ways.
He's like one of the lowest on the board, and
Yes.
I can't play. Just not.
Talk to me about your stats.
I have driving accuracy as one of my most important ones because Ben Crane was a prior winner, and I forget his name, but he won the year before that. They both mentioned the only way to succeed at this course is to hit the fairway off the tee.
Have to.
And that's why instead of doing strokes gained off the tee and strokes gained approach, I just did strokes gained ball striking, which combines the two.
Yep.
I did opportunities gained, which is birdie chances created. I had greens regulation, and then for like a tie break, I just did Bermuda putting.
That's pretty good, actually. I mean, Tim would disagree if he were here, grinding out a podcast with his guys. But
I don't know what his stats were here. He might not have any.
I know. So we're gonna have Tim's card. I mean, by the time you guys listen to this, we'll have the cards out just around now. But how about you? How about we take it into the bets? Hopefully, Tim's has a theme tomorrow.
I don't know. Did he put bets
He didn't.
up?
He didn't yet. So
that isn't helpful.
I'm in the dock right now. Let me see. No, just yours.
I did mine, yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Cam.
I was proactive today.
You were very. Usually we have to chase Cam down for that.
All right, so do you want to start off with outrights?
Yes, I have 3.
All right, you go.
I have. Let me just pull up the odds. Whoops. I have Danny Berger, 20-1. I think I had that sort of as a thing before Cam even mentioned that, like, playing a fade is better. He hits the crap out of it. So I like DB this week. I also like Cantlay, just because he has a pretty good fairway percentage and his approach game's a little bit better. You have that too. I think Cantlay at 23-1 is pretty good value. And my longer shot, but it's a guy that sort of has exactly what you need, is Kokrak. 50-1.
Yeah, I like that.
The crack man. And we've made money from him before. So keep it up, Jason. Who are your outrights?
All right, so I also had Cantlay.
Okay.
I got him at 25-1.
Ooh, better.
Your guy, Jordan Spieth.
Jordan.
I didn't want to do it, but like I don't see a way in which Brooks Koepka does not win this tournament.
Yeah. There's just no way he doesn't win.
I really just don't see it. And then in the off chance that he doesn't win it, I wanted to play sort of a long shot guy. And maybe his recent form hasn't been so great, but Tyrrell Hatton, 55-1.
Tyrrell, all right.
He missed the cut of the U.S. Open. You can forgive him for that.
Yep.
But this course plays into his strengths. He's not a big around the green guy. He's a ball striker. He can get hot.
Okay.
Those are my 4 outrights.
Okay. What about do you have top 10s or top 20s?
Top 10.
All right, give me some 10s.
I did top 10.
All right.
Strictly for you.
Hey, thank you.
Harris English.
Oh,
Harris English.
come on.
265 plus 265. Top 10.
I have that too.
Can we name a hotter golfer?
I have it.
right now?
You have better numbers. I got 245.
So I know I maybe bashed him a little bit, saying all sorts of whackness about him, but
Yeah.
I can't deny his stats. I can't deny his game.
Can't.
I'm taking him this week. And then one more guy that I'm taking just a flyer on, whose game this year has been below his standards, but maybe he found something at the Open. That's what I'm playing. He got a T19 at the Open, but it's Webb Simpson.
Okay.
Plus 200.
What do you think about his off the tee game?
I'm nervous.
Okay.
I'm nervous. But like I saw what you guys did last week. There's only 60 guys.
A top 20 is like a cut and an even weekend.
Yeah. Would you just clean it up?
The mouse
a
thing was
cursor
on your
on
head.
your
Yeah,
nose.
I actually
It
had
was-
that
it was
on you
getting
the whole
me,
time.
yeah.
That's my bad. All right, I have 2 top 10s. We already said I got Harris plus 245, and I have DB plus 150.
DB, this is his course.
It is.
I didn't have any action on him because he's scoring me the last 2 times.
He has. I'm giving him a chance. What about top 20s? Yeah, I have 4.
I have a lot.
Okay, I'll do mine first. Jason Kokrak, plus 190. How's your free money?
Love that.
And I have, well, actually, one of mine's going to be my jacket pick, so I'm not going to say. So I do have 4, but one of them's a jacket. My next one I have is Billy Horschel, plus 190. I am definitely concerned about his off the tee game. However, I like his iron play.
The American Psycho.
He is. He's fucking nuts. And my last one is Louis Oosthuizen, minus 165.
I have that.
I feel like he had a week off. He's still nasty. Like he didn't take a break after, not winning the Open. Like he's still good. I think he's going to top 20.
Yeah, it's like hilarious. Like you can break it down. He's like, oh, wow, Louis has 3 top 3s in his last 3 starts.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Louis has 4 top 3s in his last 5 starts. Oh, wow, Louis has 5 top 3s in his last 7 starts.
It's wild.
Those are all factual statements. It's crazy. And why would I have the gall? I tried it last week. I had the gall to fade him.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I was. I'm going to jump back on the train.
That's awesome.
All right, but then I also have Patrick Cantlay.
Love it.
Top 20.
Thank you.
I got Harris English top 20.
Yep.
I don't know how you didn't say this man's name.
Oh, is it my dog?
He is built for this course.
Is it my dog?
Yeah, Brian Harman, top 20. Plus 130. Free money.
I'm not. Dude, I probably should add that because his really is. Hit a fairway, hit a green, Brian Harman. Doesn't need to be long, and it doesn't need to be spectacular.
Just go to work. This is a Brian Harman course. I had to play it. I got Abe Answer and Shane Lowry. I'm only playing Shane Lowry top 20 because he has gained strokes in approach in 10 straight tournaments.
That's pretty damn good.
That's pretty damn good. And then I got to I'm trying to make up for my goose egg for last week. So I got some big bets this week.
That's fine.
I got Jordan Spieth top 20 for 5 units.
Wow. That's big.
I'm risking a lot of units.
That is a lot of units.
All right, go big or go home.
And it's minus 250. So, right, would you get minus 250 on that?
Yes.
So here to win 5, you're giving up 12 and a half.
It's a lot.
Yeah. All right. Keep going.
Not worried about it.
Matchups?
I'll go.
All right.
Matt Fitzpatrick over Dustin Johnson. 1 unit.
Big time
Even
fade DJ week.
Yeah, I don't like DJ this week.
Me too.
I'm riding with Tim. Tim's had the hot hand.
Yeah.
Kevin Kisner over Willie Z. 1 unit.
Ride it.
Brooks, I hate JT this week. Brooks Koepka, like I said, I don't see how he doesn't win this tournament. Brooks Koepka over Justin Thomas. 5 units.
Jesus. All right.
5 units?
5 units.
Scotty Scheffler over Justin Thomas. 1 unit.
Okay.
Patrick Cantlay over P. Reed.
Wow.
10 units.
Is this what happens when you win a couple outright? You just.
I mean, your card's going to have like 50 units on it.
Oh, yeah. I'm either going back to even or just chilling.
This is another, we'll have to probably disclaim this with it's another rogue week.
No, it's not rogue.
Oh, so follow this.
I feel good.
Okay.
This is you being like, I've spent the last few months building up some credit. I've been playing with house money, and now I'm just going to go balls to the wall.
Yeah,
with
we're
it.
going to the moon.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm putting my money on like friggin'
Now you're making smart bets.
Wilco Nianabar to get the top 20 at plus 450 for 10 minutes. I'm taking studs. And honestly, I feel good about those.
All
My
right.
last one is Corey Connors over Ian Poulter for 1 unit.
Love Corey Connors. Hell yeah. All right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 7. I got Cam Champ over Kevin Kisner, plus 125. Cam Champ playing well. He's not going to win, but he likes where his game is at. He was hitting fairways and hitting greens the other week. I got Sergio over Justin Rose. Justin Rose he hasn't played in a few weeks, and his driver has scorned him. And Sergio, it was looking real good in my models.
Sergio might be the worst putter on the PGA Tour.
Doesn't matter. He just needs to get on the deck.
I forgot putting doesn't matter. Okay.
That's minus 145. This bet hurt me to my core, okay? Jason Kokrak over Brian Harmon. Minus one.
I couldn't do that. I wouldn't be able to do that.
See, I might end up being a bitch and just taking it the other way so it cancels out.
Can't lose either way.
I'll lose the juice. I don't care. I just don't want to bet either against. But I like the Crackman this week, and that was the only matchup I could get with him.
Matchup. It's tough.
Can't lay over Bryson minus 135. No brainer. DB straight vibing over Bryson minus 150.
Bryson's a big fade this week.
Big time. I might even throw 2 units on that. We'll find out when my card comes out. Brooks over DJ minus 130 and Spieth over DJ minus 130.
I'm good with both of those.
And that'll round it out, folks. I think this is going to be a good week for the pod. We're buzzing.
I need to toss more knowledge onto my 10-unit bet there.
Yeah.
Patrick Reed is just...
he played like ass in Tokyo, and he's coming off a flight.
Horrible. He went from the Open Championship where he missed the cut to fly directly to Minnesota to not play well, to fly to Tokyo 3 days later, to fly now back to Memphis, Tennessee to supposedly play against the best players in the world. I don't believe that. Patrick Cantlay has had a week off to get primed and ready to rock. Well, you have him outright, Andy.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously you think he's going to play well.
Cantlay is going to be buzzing. He did say no to Team USA, but he's going to be fucking buzzing.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm trying to look right now to see if I can get something against Patrick Reed right now, and I can't find one.
It's because the books know that they're going to lose money.
No, I have Hovland against Reed. I have Casey against Reed.
I like Paul Casey.
I think I like Paul Casey.
I like them both against Patrick Reed.
Hovland's big time favorite though. Might just do Paul Casey. Yeah, because I liked how Paul Casey played last week. Yeah, we're gonna do that too. We're gonna add that on the card.
Love it.
Oh wow! All right, so that'll probably do it for another episode, folks. Hope you enjoyed our interview with Morgan. We will put that in our little show blurb about when that is. If you don't feel like listening to us and you just want to hear a professional golfer, but no, the cards will be out. It's going to be, I think this is going to be a tournament that is a little higher in score than ones of recent. Like I think 10 under, 11 under might be the winner here.
Yeah.
And of course, when I say that, it's going to be like 25. But
might be 23.
No. So that'll do it. You guys missed Tim this week. He'll be back with a vengeance next week, I hope, when he's healthy. We wish him the best. And Cam, any closing remarks?
I hope Tim's toe feels better.
Yeah. Many people are questioning his toughness out here.
Maybe I can donate some of my super blood to him. And
that's right.
Yeah.
Because you're saving all of us.
Yeah. I'm like, what's his name? Will Smith in I Am Legend.
The alternate ending?
Yeah. The blood.
All right, ladies and gents, that'll do it for episode 16 of the Scramble podcast. We love you. Thanks for listening. Go follow us. Go follow Morgan. Get in on the dream team. We out.
Later.